Okay, everybody, I'm going to get this started. So, my name is Gary Rubinstein. I've been presenting this workshop at the Teach for America Institute for 8 years now. And I've been doing it, I've been doing it because I'm trying to speak for, I'm here to speak for an unrepresented voice in all teacher training, not only in all teacher training, but specifically possibly in Teach for America. And this is the voice of the people who had really awful, terrible first years of teaching. I don't mean, you hear people say, oh, the first year of teaching, it was the hardest year of my life, but also the most rewarding. You don't hear that coming from us. We weren't able to put that sort of positive spin on it. Now, I'm speaking not just for me, but for people who quit, people who got fired, but generally just people who had really, really terrible first years of teaching and really don't want to talk about it and don't want to come train people and really don't want to have anything to do with the whole thing. Incidentally, it's not a small group I'm speaking for. Based on informal polls, I would say it's about 85% of the people ever to go through the program. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to tell you what kind of happened. People struggle. Most people struggle, and the reason is because they're not naturals. Some people don't struggle, and there are a few people that are naturals. And I think the first mistake that I made, and having a good first year is mostly about just not making the most common new teacher mistakes, which I'm going to tell you about. The first mistake I probably made was overestimating what I thought was my natural ability as a teacher. I might have been trained by people that were naturals, and some of the advice that they said, I assumed it would just work. And I did kind of think I was natural, because when I trained over the summer, I didn't have many discipline problems, and the kids all said, I wish you were, my teacher during the year and all that. So I kind of thought that I was a natural based on my summer school experience. It turned out that I took too many risks. The mistakes that I made were all based on risks that I took. I didn't realize that they were risks. I didn't realize how risky they were, and I didn't realize that I was kind of gambling away on these risks, potentially my students' learning based on these risks. So I'm going to tell you about what those were also. It was too late once I realized that I took too many risks. It is okay to learn from somebody like me, someone who really struggled at first. I did ultimately make some big changes by my second year. By my fourth year, I was the teacher of the year of my school. So I did make a huge turnaround, but not without a lot of thought. So it's good to learn from someone who failed and then really self-reflected and really thought, like, what do I have to do? And that's, I'm going to tell you what I came up with after my first year. I wasn't sure that it was accurate, but it turned out to be, and I've been talking about it now for 8 years. So the two goals of this workshop, one is, most importantly, well actually it's not, but it is going to happen first. Make you aware of what a bad first year, what that really means. Okay, what is a bad first year? What does it look like? And what is it? What is it really? So what are you risking by taking the risks that you might take? The bad first year is all about making mistakes, and all the mistakes are things that feel like good ideas when you do them, and I'm going to show you that they're not. But most importantly, that's going to be for about 25 minutes, and then the last part is going to be how you can prevent it from happening to you, how I prevented it from happening to me ever again, and how I've helped a lot of people do the same. So we're going to do first this handout, which on the front you've got these comics, which are by Mark Cat, who's a Teach for America core member who wrote a syndicated comic for a while about a teacher. But on the back I've got the first activity. This is a worksheet, and if you turn over to where you have the questions, I want you to take about 4 minutes to answer these 20 questions. And since this is Teach for America and all, I think what would make this really fun would be if we didn't do it in groups. So work by yourself, do it on your own, and just like in your own classroom. So everyone take about 4 minutes to answer as many of these questions as they can. So you can go ahead and start on that. Yeah, if there's one you don't know, you can skip it and go on to it. So that's 2 minutes. One more minute on these. What do people have as their last thing, just out of curiosity, just if someone wants to volunteer for that? Last thing on your list? Some people like to get to something and they stop because of what they wrote. There can't be, any more questions, I guess. Yeah? Call security. Okay, call security. Okay. Okay, other ones that it's over. It's your last one because of that can't be anymore?
My last one is just call their parents right there on the spot.
Okay, call on the spot. Last one, because once you do that, it's impossible for there to be more.
Just kick them out. Tell them to leave.
We're going to look through how I tried a lot of these consequences, and eventually came to learn that it wasn't the consequences at all. It had nothing to do with how you manage a class or not. So I'm going to take you back. We're going to refer to these afterwards.